Minasan konnichiwa. YONGGI-BAKA to atarashi video e yokoso. Yonggi desu. Hai, ima wa natsu desu. Okuri kute sumimasen deshita. Demo atarashi anime season e yokoso. Watashi dachi wa mada koko ni desu ne. Sorry de nan anime o mimasu ka? Rival Chato ni ikimashou! First things first, I'm the realist. I'm a bit late, but I want to wish you a belated Happy Canada Day, 4th of July, and Tanabata if you celebrate any of those. Given all of those events have passed, it can only mean one thing: that we're currently in the summer season. More importantly, the anime summer season. And I want to share with you all what I'll be keeping up to date with this season. I forgot to mention this will be my first foray into what I would like to call a new series titled YONGGI Unscripted, where I just more so talk off the top of my head to give you my raw feelings about what I'm feeling towards a given topic, and in this case it'll be what I'll be watching this summer season. I've got my specs on because I'm visually challenged, and as always I'll be using livechart.me as a guide to explore all of the new titles airing this season, sharing those that I think will be of interest to me. This time starting from the bottom, and raw dogging it all the way to the top. My summer body's ready to sit on my ass and watch anime. Are you? We're not gonna start at the bottom because there are some titles that are targeted towards families and kids, and I am neither of those things. But Yonggi, all anime is targeted for children. Choto, shut the f- Instead, we're gonna start with The Masterful Cat is Depressed Again today. A story about an office worker who lives with a giant anthropomorphic cat. I've seen stories about an office worker who lives with a dragon, and an office worker who lives with baby ghosts, and I found both of them to be enchanting stories. I'm hoping that I'll get the same experience out of this one. Next up is Blue Orchestra, a title that follows a virtuoso violinist in middle school who stopped playing the violin but picks it back up again. It actually came out in the spring, but I kinda dropped it. I have a lot to get caught up on. I feel like there's something touching there. As I always said, long live the VPAs. Right above that we have The Gene of AI. It's a story about a human doctor that treats humanoids, human robotic beings. It's always fun to watch how close humans can get to becoming human, or how close humans can get to becoming robots, and how we'll all eventually lose ourselves to AI. Skip one. And above we have Sugar Apple Fairy Tale. It's second core. I really enjoyed the first that aired a while back, and I'm looking forward to see where the story takes us. It's a shoujo title. It has sugar made from apples and fairies. It's a really endearing story that I can't wait to see what comes next. Right above that we have Spy Classroom 2, the second season. It's a cute girls doing cute things experience, and it's all about spies. I love spies. I want to be a spy. I can't be a spy. I said too much. Skipping a few, we get to Ayakashi Triangle. I've already talked about this title in another video, and I'm looking forward to see how the story progresses from where we last left off. I think there's something meaningful there and something about the sexes that will be worth exploring. Up next we have Dark Gathering. It's horror, it's supernatural. I don't really want to delve too much deeper into that. I just want to be spooked and surprised when I get there. Right above that we have a title that I'm looking forward to probably the most. The Duke of Death and His Maid. It's second season. I'm looking forward to seeing where the story goes and how it concludes. I love its characters, I love its story, and I love its supernatural lore. And I know for sure I'll probably be talking about it once more. Next up we have Tenpuru, a story about a fellow who wants to become a monk and give up all his worldly attachments. Granted, he lives in a temple with 3 very cute girls, so I can't wait to see where this story goes. If only I could do the same. And right above that, we have another religious title in Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence, a rom-com about a saint named Cecilia and a pastor named Lawrence. There's a lot of religion, a lot of rom, a lot of calm. What's not to like? I feel like I'll enjoy it. Hopefully. And above those two religious titles, we have Atelier Riza? Ever Darkness and the Secret Hideout, the animation. It's a story about a young girl who feels listless in her small community and wants to explore and see what else may be out there. And I can't help but empathize with her, stuck here in this in this home. The next one after that we have Rurouni Kenshin. It's 2023 adaptation. I've only heard good things about the story, so I can't wait to see what the story brings with the new animation style. That'll hopefully bring it to the new age and captivate my interest. Skipping a few, we get to My Tiny Senpai. Remember that video I did about a tiny kohai and her annoying large and in charge senpai? Well, this is pretty much the role reversal of that. There's going to be lots of rom and lots of calm, and it's all going to take place in the workplace setting. It's going to be a look in what I may potentially be missing out on. Skipping what I think is an outlandish isekai story with a ridiculously long title, we get to My Happy Marriage, a historical fantasy romance title, which I think will be a shoujo title, which I really do enjoy. Plus it's historical and I love watching stories from the female perspective. You dig? Right above that we have Nier Automata version 1.1a. It originally came out in the spring but dropped off due to the pandemic. Damn you! But they're going to release the last 4 episodes all on one day, which I'm really looking forward to. I enjoy the story and I enjoy the characters, especially how attractive 2B is. To be or not to be a fan of 2B, that is not a question, you simply are. Skipping one, we have Rent-A-Girlfriend, the 3rd season. What I've heard is the touted movie arc, and probably the best one, and really where the story should finish off because it gets trash after that. I'm really excited to see where things go and how the story progresses for the main character, in what I think would be the more proper main character, Chizuru. And right above that we have The Dreaming Boy is a Realist, and if that doesn't sum me up to a T, then I don't know what does. I like high school rom-coms because they bring me back to that particular period in one's life. A time when things seemed to be simpler, but we made and confounded everything to be super serious. It brings me back. Skipping a couple, we get to the quintessential quintuplets, specials, which brings us back to the story of a tutor and his 5 tutees, sisters who are quintuplets, as you can imagine by his title, that all have feelings towards him. We already know how the story ends and who wins his heart, and I like how it ends up, but I can't wait to go back to revisit these characters. And right above that we have The Devil is a Part-Timer, its 2nd season. I thought we were on season 3, but I've been wrong before. I like the reverse isekai setup about the devil who becomes a part-timer at what their world's McDonald's would be. It's fun, it's comedic, and it's a hilarious bout and adventure. Skipping one, we get to Bleach, 1000-Year Blood War, The Separation. I feel like I'm so far invested into the story of Bleach that at this point to give it up would be such a waste. Plus, I want to see my girl Rukia return to the screen and finally become a captain if it does include that in its run. I hope that it does. She's really one of the lights that I'm looking forward to most. And right above that we have The Girl I Like Forgot Her Glasses. How asinine is that? I have a lot more to say about this one, but we'll get there when we get there. Next up, we have Masume-kun's Revenge R. And I don't know what the R stands for other than revenge because there's nothing rated R about it. It's a story about two individuals who, as children, had what I can surmise as a misunderstanding. They just gotta hash it out as two slightly older children and leave their egos at the door, and all will be good, and they can finally be in love. Skipping one, we get to Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. It follows a protagonist who used to be an office worker in a hellish company, but he don't have to worry about that no more because zombies have taken over. So instead of worrying about the rat race, he just has to race against zombies and try to stay alive. Getting closer to the top, we have Horimiya, The Missing Piece. When I first watched Horimiya when it first came out, I really enjoyed the story and wanted more of its two main characters, the Hori and the Miya. But it kind of got sidetracked with other characters. But now we return to watch more of their story unfold. And above Horimiya, we have Mushoku Tensei, Jobless Reincarnation. We have two entries though because there was a special episode called Guardian Fits. And the second season in general. And I really do enjoy the story of Mushoku Tensei. It's probably one of my favorite, if not my favorite isekai, and I can't wait to see where Rudy goes in his new journey and how his story unfolds. And at the top of live chart, we get to Jujutsu Kaisen, the second season. What everybody's probably looking forward to. And I am too, but I missed out on seeing the movie Jujutsu Kaisen 0. It's on Crunchyroll and I probably will get to it at some point in my life, but I'm not there just yet. Whichever way, I'm looking forward to seeing where the second season takes us. There you have it, that's what I'll be keeping up to date with this summer season. I feel like I pretty much covered all of the bases. But if I missed anything, do let me know how excited you are to watch an isekai anime about somebody reborn as a vending machine in a new world. That being said, 今日はこの辺です。ありがとうございました。ずっと元気でいてね。じゃあまたね。Let's go watch some anime. I got a lot to get caught up on.